folks, Andy HeadHardHat Smith here with wife Amy, and it's time for another vlog, and this one's going to be a little interesting. We're actually out in northern Raleigh, and we are going to be doing a test today, and it's going to be with Miss Amy, if you'll bring it up. That is an ASUS Zen Watch. And the reason why we are out here with said ASUS Zen Watch is because we are going to test to see how long this lasts as we go out geocaching. That's right, you can now use your smartphone. We've got Galaxy S5s, and through the use of Google Wear, we can now use the Zen Watch to go geocaching. But the trick with this is to see how long it's actually going to last. So we're going to do a clock, and we're going to see what happens and see how long this watch actually works. And we'll give more details about what's going on as we move. Here we go. Let's have some fun. This is how this works. It is now 12:50. And we are just starting to go for our first geocache. We parked nearby. It's probably about 150 feet from here. I'm using CGO on my Galaxy S5 that is connected to my ASUS Zen Watch. The idea is through Bluetooth, I'm going to switch to navigate on here as such. And I am going to select Android Wear. And it now says navigating on Android. Okay, so this is how it works after that. When you click on navigate and use Google Wear, this stays like it always is. And now on the watch, I don't know how well you can see it from here, there's a compass. And in here, it has the name of the geocache and the distance to where it is, and a little arrow. Let's see how close it actually gets us and how much of a drain on the battery we're going to go until the watch dies. So here we go. Let's see what we can find. Now, one of the things that I noticed right off the bat with the smartwatch is that in direct sunlight it is very hard to read. And the arrow that you follow on this, it does some serious spinning. If you remember the old GPS units where the arrow just kind of went anywhere it wanted to, that's what I'm getting with this. Not very precise at all. Okay, well, we tried. We're around this bridge area. There's a million places where it could hide. It hasn't been found since November, and we're going to DNF this one. I will tell you this, the compass arrow on this thing, pretty much useless. Spins like a top, and I think things need to be adjusted for how soon it takes a reading off of the phone, because the distance is very variable. It could be 3 feet, 6 feet, 9 feet off and standing in the same spot. So there are things that need to get worked out with this, but the whole idea of this whole test is, one, to see if we can find geocaches, and two, how long does the battery actually last? So that's what we're working for. We'll go find another one. Okay, we are also using Navigate with CGO to go from geocache to geocache as well. It doesn't put as much of a drain on the watch because it just sends key areas, key turns, things like that. It's not on continuously like CGO. So it actually gives a break to the watch when you're actually working on finding the geocache next. Well, it is 1:18. The arrow is a spinning. Shows that it's 21 meters away. Let's see if we can go and find this particular geocache and have a little better luck than we did with the last one. Just saying. Well, you know, the name of it may have some bearing. All right, I've got 20 meters, but I have a sneaky suspicion being by the cleanup after your pet. Oh, looky. Looky. Now, the watch actually has 19 meters, but I don't have, no, I have to give this. I tried because it said it was only 20 meters away. I actually went through and did not take my phone with me. I wanted to see if it would actually keep the bearing with this. Apparently it's good to keep the phone even with a range of only about 35-40 feet away from the car.
Oh,
car's just that way. But so next time I'll take the phone with me, because this still stays 20 meters. I'm not liking this too much so far. We'll see if it gets better. Okay, this one's a little different that I found. If you keep it on navigation on CGO, the driving one, you still get a map. And it still shows up on your compass as well on your watch. Let's see if we can find this geocache. What does your phone say as far as distance? I've got 10 meters, 11 meters. I gotta see if they can switch this to feet. Meters drives me nuts. Aha! Aha, she says. What do we got? Aha! Awesome. Now, just a status on this. I've got my phone this time, believe it or not. The arrow is spinning all over the place, and I've got 8.4 meters, which I think is what? A meter's 3 foot? So that's like 27, 30 feet off. So, not getting good ranking so far with this. But again, we're going to see how long the battery lasts. And we'll check and see what the percentage is when we get back to the car. Doing fine. How far are we? Now my watch says 5 meters. Which is about a lot off. 5 meters, well, 5 meters is about 15 feet.
Okay, so it's not that far.
Not that far.
Okay.
My arrow is pointing, it's spinning. It's literally...
Okay, I got 16 feet.
Okay, so it's got to be around here somewhere. So I'm standing here. The sun is, it's a beautiful day today. It's like 70 degrees. It's gorgeous. And I look over this way, which is the same direction the sun is going. And if you look... right about, there, that's the geocache. All right, well, it is just about 3:30. We are walking along a greenway by a really pretty pond. It's awesome. Found another geocache, and we are signing the log right in the rain, also cool. And I checked the watch, 49% on the battery. It is lasting a lot longer than I thought, especially with all using it for the turn-by-turn navigation as well. So the Zen Watch needs to be tweaked for CGO to have it much more accurate, but the battery's holding up. Okay, sun's starting to go down. Watch is still working. It's about 6 feet off. It says 2 meters, going by a meter being 3 feet, so 6 feet off. It has its, moments, but I still think it needs to be tweaked. This one was an interesting one. It was literally a geocache that said that it was guarded by a rock. It was literally under... Huh?
Don't tell it.
Spoiler! All right, I won't tell you where this was, where it was hidden, and what it was guarded by. Because wife Amy doesn't want me giving spoilers.
It's guarded by a rock, but you have to find it.
Yes. And we're not showing where that is. So, here we are somewhere in North Carolina. Go for it, baby. There we go. All right. Time to check the watch. It's a couple minutes before 4. Let's see what we're doing battery-wise. 33%. So it's getting down there, but we've been doing this for quite a while. I really thought the battery would die out a lot sooner than that. And we still got some more geocaches to find before the sun finally goes down. There we go. Awesome. So always remember, before you reach in any place you can't see clearly, poke it with a stick. Very good. Okay, the sun is going down, and Miss Amy and I are getting our last geocache. And once we do that, we'll do a quick wrap-up and tell you what the findings that we found out about the ASUS Zen Watch and how long the battery lasted while we worked all day today geocaching. I don't know if worked is the right word, but you know what I mean. Let's go to the wrap-up now. All right, well, this has been a fun day. Lots of geocaches. I lost count. Do you have even a rough idea how many geocaches we found? We found a bunch all day. We started earlier, and it is now about 4:45, give or take. And the watch has about 15% on, so I don't think it's going to last too much longer, but it's one of those things. And yes, if you hear people running by, we're literally in that park we started in, and we're about maybe a third of the way around the lake. We're not going to make it. The sun's going down. We're going to head back the way we came, and had a good time. So we will give a final results of everything that happened today with all the geocaches we found, didn't find, and all the criteria for the ASUS Zen Watch. I was impressed with the battery life.
Yeah,
I was really surprised. It was one of those things where I thought it would be dead in an hour. And we not only used it for having it on finding geocaches, it wasn't the greatest for finding geocaches for a bunch of reasons, and we'll go over why in a little bit. But it definitely, the battery withstood more than I thought it would. So all in all, pretty cool thing. I wouldn't buy it just for geocaching. But for all the other cool toy stuff you can do with the Zen Watch, absolutely. All right, this is Andy HeadHardHat and wife Amy saying thanks for watching us on our vlog, and we'll see you out on the trails next time. Bye-bye, folks.